Like I need a break.
Megan McKinley was born and raised in Illinois, traveled to New York City, lived in Connecticut, and now resides in Honolulu, Hawaii. However, no matter where she is, Megan has always carried her love and passion for dance wherever she goes.
So that's why we ended up moving here and realized that UH had a really strong master's degree offered in dance, performance, and choreography.
Today, Megan is an assistant director of the Convergence Dance Theater in Honolulu.
My choreography is very physical and aggressive. I have female dancers, but they're all over the floor and they're doing shoulder stands and running, and they may be in dresses. So kind of the opposition.
Inspired by her dancers and choreography, Megan began looking into another form of art, jewelry making.
You have these really hard metals and pocket watches, which are usually a men's item, with all these very kind of industrial gears and all these technical pieces that I would not know how to mechanically do any of it myself. And I like to combine it with like delicate chain or soft leather. So it's this complete opposite of these really hard, gritty metal items and have like that softer edge to it.
The hobby later turned into a business.
It started off just being gifts for my dancers. The initial show was called Fragments in Time, and that's why I ended up naming my jewelry line Fragmented Time. So I made more and more and got a positive feedback and realized that I could actually sell the items.
Fragmented Time is a jewelry line that Megan had created with old pieces of watches and metal, and the idea had all started with a broken watch.
My husband's grandfather had passed away, and so his grandma had sent us this really cool vintage pocket watch, and bits and pieces were broken off of it. So I started using those bits and pieces after looking like what can you make with broken watches, and just adapted it into my own style and something that I would wear.
Keeping up with the style and trend may be one thing, but Megan had something more to show than just jewelry.
We came up with a little tagline of like what's old is new again. It's really interesting that way that people were probably very attached to these pieces at one point in time. Instead of people throwing them in the garbage, they actually have sold them, and I've bought them and made them something else. Thinking about where these were and who had them, what part of the world they had come from. So it's interesting because there's a little history lesson in with it too.
For Megan, there's no doubt in saying one man's trash is another man's treasure. And throughout the years, the quote has come to define her lifestyle.
It's easy to look past history and just move forward, and we always want something new, so we're ready to buy it and just go that way. But maybe it is a little bit too of this idea of having something old and respecting maybe where it had come from. I guess it's more than meets the eye.
As Megan sells a piece of jewelry, she hopes to share a piece of history as well. For Now Loading, I'm Brittany Bonilla reporting.